Good morning, ST. Today is the day of reduction. What does a day of reduction mean exactly? It means thinking about how many things we waste each day, how much trash we create, and making that amount smaller. It's not just trash in the literal sense. For example, you might reduce your waste of gas by walking to the grocery store down the street rather than driving. Take a second and think about the things you do on a daily basis and ask yourself how many of those things just get thrown away after being used once. How many pieces of trash do you generate as a person? If you're an average American, you create 4.4 pounds of trash each day. Let's take a look at some of the impact of our trash.
Litter is bad for the environment. Litter is trash put in the wrong place. That litter on the sidewalk costs the state millions of dollars, being paid with your taxes to clean it up. Last year, U.S. taxpayers spent $11 billion picking up litter. Tobacco products make up for 1/3 of trash on the street. It takes cigarette butts 12 years to break down, leaving harmful chemicals such as lead and arsenic into the soil and waterways. When litter is on the sidewalk or along curbs, it may get washed down into storm drains and into ponds, rivers, or the ocean. Animals may swim into these and get entangled, or worse, mistake them for food and choke. Always throw your trash in the correct receptacle. It saves animals' lives, it keeps your streets clean and the environment in tip-top shape. Go and participate in the National River Cleanup Day on Saturday, May 16, 2015 from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at any one of many sites in San Jose. Come together as a community, and if you see trash, pick it up. It only benefits everybody and the earth.
As you can see, litter and trash is a big problem in our community and schools. But one of the worst pieces of wasteful trash is plastic water bottles. They are a big problem, not just in our school, but in our environment. Here's some more information on that.
Disposable water bottles. We all use them. They have become integrated into our everyday lives. They are convenient, cheap, and plentiful. Although they are quick and reliable, they come with faults. There is an immense amount of time, money, and resources wasted on plastic water bottles. They cause huge amounts of preventable waste. An estimated 1.5 thousand water bottles end up in landfills or the ocean every second. But this is worldwide. Let's look at just ST. When we asked 10 ST students how many water bottles they use weekly, 5 responded 0, 2 3, 1 5, 115, and 120. That's an average of about 4.5 weekly, and that's not bad. But with around 2,200 students at ST, the number grows to around 10,300 weekly, and this is just one high school. With over 98 schools in the San Jose area, that number grows to over 1 million. The environmental and economic detriments that come alongside water bottles is staggering. This wouldn't be as big of a deal if people recycled their water bottles, but a study showed last year the average American used 167 water bottles, but only recycled 38.
There's a number of different issues that goes on with water bottles as a waste product. The primary harm it will do is that there is nothing that naturally consumes the plastics in a water bottle.
Luckily, there is a far easier and cheaper solution. Reusable water bottles. Reusable water bottles reduce costs and waste dramatically. Each reusable bottle can eliminate hundreds, if not thousands, of plastic water bottles. Not to mention, these bottles can save individuals up to $550 annually. So next time you drink from a plastic water bottle, just remember, you can be part of the solution.
The problem with plastic water bottles is that it's typically only used once. It gets thrown away. This is called a single-use item. If you think about it, many of the items we use every day are single-use. For example, paper, coffee cups, and plates, plastic utensils, yogurt containers, sandwich bags, and much more. It's convenient to use something once and then throw it away. But the impact on our environment is huge. Here are some ways we can reduce that waste completely.
Hello, buddies. Today, we are going to talk about single-use items. What is a single-use item, you may ask? Well, it's pretty self-explanatory. A single-use item is an item that is used for a single purpose. Here are some common examples. Plastic silverware, yogurt containers, tissue boxes, egg cartons, plastic bottles, and plastic bags. Many of these items can be replaced with a multi-use item alternative. For a more in-depth look at multi-use item alternatives, ask our leading expert, Sam Smith.
Sam, what should I use to replace this single-use item?
Use this.
Sam, what should I use to replace this?
Use this.
Hey, what should I use as
Hey!
Use this, sport. And kids, that's why we use multi-use items. Stay safe out there, don't talk to strangers, and don't use plastic spoons.
It's not just about the packaging. We waste a lot of food too. Either by buying more than we need, throwing away scraps we should be composting, or just being irresponsible and letting things go bad before we can eat them. There's also a big pollution cost associated with the transporting food from other places. Even though we can grow pretty much everything we need here, let's take a look at how food impacts the environment.
Welcome to the world of composting. First, let's talk about the basics. There are two main parts of compost: carbon and nitrogen. Some examples of carbon waste products are leaves, shredded newspaper, and even shredded paper bags. Some nitrogen waste products are veggie pulp, fruit pulp, and dryer lint. But compost not only enriches your soil, it is also a major benefit in many different aspects. Humus increases the nutrient content in soils and helps the soil to remain moist. Compost can even help prevent pollution. Composting organic materials that have been diverted from landfills ultimately avoids the production of methane and leachate formulation in landfills. Compost has also been shown to prevent erosion, which gives us clean water. Using compost offers economic benefits by reducing the need for water, fertilizers, and pesticides. So now, I want you to take all this information, ball it up, stick it in your pocket, and go out and save the world, whether it be making compost or picking up trash. Always remember to reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Waste doesn't just refer to the trash. There are many other ways that we corrupt the environment by using resources when we don't need to. One of the biggest sources of damage to our air is the pollution caused by our cars. The average American household owns 2.28 cars, and we drive way more than we actually need to. One way to reduce this pollution and waste of gas is to use our public transportation system. Let's take a look.
If you're a human being living on the face of this earth, chances are you've used public transportation. If you've been living under a rock all your life, public transportation's a way to get from one place to another using public sources such as trains, buses, and possibly even taxis. Blindly, many people use public transportation every day for many uses, mainly just to commute to work. However, most people don't realize the effects that public transportation have on our life and how they affect our pollution, such as our carbon footprint, and how they also save us lots of money every single year. In a study taken in 2012, research shows that highway vehicles had taken over 80% of the annual fuel usage. However, in the same year, buses and trains only used less than 2%. Frequent riders of public transportation services in the Bay Area, such as BART, Caltrain, and the VTA, seem to love the way the public transportation system works and don't plan on stopping anytime soon.
Hi, I'm Eric Smith. I've ridden Caltrain for 4 years. It's a wonderful way to get up and down the peninsula. It avoids traffic, it lets me read, I can do work on the train. I'm all for public transportation. It's great for the environment, reduces pollution, reduces traffic congestion. All up and down the peninsula at rush hour, it takes forever to get anywhere. So many people are in traffic. The economy is booming. People are trying to get to school, they're trying to get to work, and the most efficient way to do that is public transportation. Not only does it save energy, it saves money, it reduces the traffic on the road, and actually it reduces a lot of stress for people, and it's healthier. Yeah, I'm Eric Smith, and I think public transportation is the bomb. It's an absolutely healthy and super fun way to get to work.
Sources like the VTA strive to provide their riders with a nice, eco-friendly, clean trip, and also provide a money-saving trip at the same time. Places like Caltrain have sources such as the commute calculator, which calculate how much you will be spending and fuel you will be using from getting one place to another. More and more American citizens are taking more trips on public transportation every single year. Such as in 2013, Americans took over 10.7 billion trips on public transportation, which has been the highest in 57 years. Since the late 90s, public transit ridership has been up over 35%, outpacing population growth, which is up 20.3%, and vehicle miles traveled, which has been up over 20%. Research from 2011 shows that U.S. public transportation use has saved 865 million hours in travel time and over 450 million gallons of fuel in 498 urban areas. Public transit in the U.S. saves 4.2 billion gallons of gasoline every year. Households near public transit drive an average of 4,400 fewer miles than households with no access to public transit. Public transit use in the U.S. reduces our nation's carbon emissions by 37 million metric tons annually. This is equivalent to if Washington, D.C., NYC, Atlanta, Denver, and Los Angeles combined stopped using electricity all at once. Make the switch to public transportation. It'll save you money, time, and fuel, and you'll probably be happy you did as well.
Thanks for watching today, SD. We hope that we've convinced you to some of the waste that you produce each day. Relating to this, we are proud to announce the art department will be hosting a sustainability art fair, displaying awesome pieces featuring sculptures and art created by recycling and reusing. While you're around campus, be sure to take a picture of yourself tossing out trash or better yet recycling. Upload that picture using #HealthyST to show how awesome you are. Your call to action for today is to make a change from using a single-use item and exchange it to be a preservable item. Tomorrow is the day of solutions, and we encourage you to dress confidently. Be sure to brainstorm ways to solve the current issues we've discussed, and be prepared to share them during the lunchtime activity and via social media using #HealthyST. We also encourage you to carry out these ideas throughout the day. To find out more about this week and to see how people have participated thus far, be sure to check out our website, sustainablest.weebly.com. That's it for today. We'll see you again on Friday, the day of healthy home and healthy mind. Wear pajamas or something comfortable to have a relaxing end to the week.